Hey traders, John Howell here. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the silver and gold miners, and I'm going to look at that. Silver, SIL, SILJ, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. So I hope this helps you out. Guys, do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. And, you know, there's no guarantees when you're making money in the markets. Let's get straight into it. Right now, let's have a look at let's go through the silver stocks first on the short term basis, and then we'll have a look at the gold stocks as well too. Okay, so let's actually have a look through here. So what's actually happening right now on the short term on this SIL index? Firstly, we have resistance up here. It's a big resistance up here, and then we have what? And then we have down here at $23, which is major support. Now, if we're looking at this on the short term, is there anyone clearly in control? Anyone clearly in control? So if the market is doing, so what do we have here? We have a low, a lower low, a lower high, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a lower low. Who's in control right now? No one. So therefore, this is very, very clear. This is very sideways right now. There's no one clearly in control. It's not going to be a bottom. Wait for someone to be clear in control. Now, right now looking at the SIL, if we start to get a bit of a weaker movement, guys, and then we start to break down and break below, then guess what? Now we have a lower low, lower high, breaking of the previous lows. Sellers are in control. That's the if scenarios. What's happening right now? No one in control. It's not a bottom in the market. And look at that. Look at that volume. The volume is miserable on this update. So don't be thinking this is the bottom of the market. Let's go have now look at, say, a 1 year worth of view. 1 year worth of data. What's happening right here? Big, strong selling leg down and a bit of a sideways move. Let's go have a look at that weekly chart here now. Let's go have a look at this chart here. Let's go have a look at what's been happening. So the 1 year worth of data, what's been going on? We've been just getting high, lower high. We've got this big, strong leg down. Look at this here, right? Big, 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 strong leg down. And we're just getting a sideways movement here, right? So the big picture, the weekly chart, is still very, very, very weak. The short-term daily chart, who knows, right? We could get a bit more up days, a bit more down days. But where is the overall tide? Where's the overall big momentum? It's what? It's down, right? It is absolutely down. So as you can see here over the last, say, 4 or 5 years, we're getting a little bit of support where we are right now. And there's obviously no wonder that's where the support resisted in the past. But as you can see, right, that do not fight this downward weekly trend. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and breaking down through here. Now we're just going sideways. So remember, this is the forest from the trees. You always want to be focusing on this. There's still a very high probability that this is likely to roll over. And if we do, the if scenarios, if we start to get a weekly close below $23, then guess what? My target then is down here at, say, $15. Makes sense? So this level through here. That why? Because once it breaks this level through here, then we have a big, big, big drop coming. Is that going to happen? I don't know. But if this is going to be some sort of bottom, remember, we don't know it's going to be a bottom, but if this is going to be some sort of bottom, what would I want to see in the markets? I would want to see what? Let me actually bring this chart up here for a minute, with just a blank chart, just looking at the candlesticks. What would I want to see? Well, if I know right now we're in some sort of a channel right now on this weekly chart, this is the channel that we're still in right now. If I know we're in some sort of a channel, what would I want to start to see to get more of a bullish tone to these markets? Firstly, we have a support and resistance, major support and resistance level through here on that $30 level, don't we? So for me to get some sort of short-term bottom out of this, I want to see the market tell me that it's bottoming out. What is that? That is now a hold here and a rally up out of here, and then we start to stair step higher. No, the market's not going to break and just do that straight away. Some people think that. That's not going to happen. I used to think that. It never happens. Right? So if we see that, so if I look at my long-term charts, look at this here. If we're going to start to get a bit more of a bullish activity, I want to see the market jump on that. Then I want to start to jump on some long-term trades, because then we have the potential to run back up to 55 and then possibly even back up to 90. Makes sense? But what's happening right now? The market is still lowering their prices, so don't fight that trend. Same for the SILJ. What happened to the SILJ? Let's go to the short-term picture. It actually what? It actually broke down. This actually now is broken back up. So this actually could be some sort of a false breakout. We do have a bit of a bit of a channel going on through here, don't we? Bit of a channel through here. We actually broke down, so we had this big strong sellers through here, and we had these big strong buys. Now this could be a false breakout. If it is a false breakout, then we're likely to see run back up towards that $9, $9.25. But right now, when I'm looking at this market, what is this market overall telling me? It's telling me what? It's telling me that we had this low through here. We had this lower low. We had this high. So remember, this could be very, very carefully. If we create some sort of lower high and we roll back over really quickly, then guess what? This thing could be very, very, very dangerous on the downside. But once again, we're just still going sideways, aren't we? Let's go back to that weekly chart here for a minute. And what is that big long-term weekly chart telling us? It's still saying what? Big, strong selling leg down and a sideways action. That's not a bullish tone to the market overall. Nothing's bullish here. Maybe short term for the next 2 or 3 or 4 days. Yes. But right now, what is this here? Bullish. It's no bullish tone at all, right? And then we can see if the market breaks here, then we can start to see a lot more drop to the downside, $7. If 7 doesn't hold, then we'll probably be below, say, $4. Looking at the GDX. Let's have a look at the GDX, guys. So what's happening here with the GDX? Right, so GDX short-term what? We have a low, we have a higher low, and now we're getting some sort of a higher low. Right, and we're in this bit of a short-term channel here, aren't we? Resistance, 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 and now we're finding a bit of support through here. So, is this a bottom, or is this just a nice small move up before a continuation on the downside? Forest from the trees, forest from the trees. So let's have a look at this bit of a short term here. I said the last 12 months. Nothing really to see there, is there? If I go over the last 2 years, but we've still got this big strong leg down, and then we've got this big, and then now we're getting this big strong leg up through here, aren't we? So there's really nothing here to tell whether this is a bottom or not. One thing I do know is that if we fail through here and then we start breaking this trend line, guess what? Then yeah, we're probably going to run back down towards these lows back down here if we start to get below this trend line, because we know this is a support here, and also supported here. So if the market fails to run up and we actually break back down, no, I don't know what's going to happen. If it continues up, then it continues up. But if it fails to break down, if it does fail here and then start to break back down below these levels, guess what? Now it's likely to continue down. But on that longer term, or on that weekly chart, what do we see? Big, strong selling leg down and just a little nice rally back up, right? So we're still getting this just a nice small pull back up. The overall trend is still what? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Big, strong rally back down, a very weak rally back up. Nothing has changed through here. If we do start to break back above these levels, this support level through here, and this level support level through here, let's go back to this short-term chart. If we start to get a retracement back above 22, back above 21, back above 22, we start to rally, then yes, longer term picture, this is the very long term picture, right? Long term picture, that could be the start of what? Of a big move coming. But right now, that's not what's happening. Let's actually go have a look at the GDXJ here. All right, so what's happening here with the GDXJ? Right, we have a low, we have a higher low, and it's actually a bit of a double bottom through here, isn't it? So the GDXJ, the junior stocks are actually a lot weaker than anything else, aren't they? There's not really a bit of a sideways action through here. We can see on the short term, there's actually a bit of resistance through here as well too on that short term. So we broke back above here, went sideways, and now we broke back down here. So there's a lot of resistance here actually on this GDX chart that's if we do start to break back above the 29, then we can see a nice little short-term rally there. That's what I'm seeing through there. But right now, there's actually a lot of resistance where we are right now. This resistance through here, and plus this resistance back up through here as well too. We had a lot of problems in the past. So, I gotta take a breath in this bitch. So, let's go have a look at the overall markets through here. So, firstly, what do we see here on the short-term charts? Once again, we have this high point through here, where the market rallied back down, and then we're just getting a little short-term rally back up. What is this long-term? That's the chart. That's the line through there. But we have this support. Look at this resistance holding right now and rejecting off. So this is definitely not some sort of long-term bottom in the markets. Definitely not. So right now, once again, we're breaking back down and we're just having a little bit of rally through here. And on that daily chart, having a lot of problems, aren't we? A lot of resistance through there. Now, if this is going to be some sort of a bottom for you bully maniacs right now who are just going to keep being bullish on the markets regardless of what the market is telling you, For me, I just want to flow with the markets. If we do start to get back above here and we start to get back above the 35, I didn't care about picking the bottom. I care about jumping on the 80%. If we start to get back above this 35 and we start to get a nice break above here, then long term, this is the long term picture here, right? So as you can see what I mean by here, if we start to get break above here, which the chart you just saw just a minute ago is indeed what? This here. If we start to get a nice break above here and then we start to rally back up, guess what? That's where I want to start to look at potential long signals for a long-term opportunity, because that's when we have a high probability of then continuing up through there. Now, not straight up like that, guys. What's it going to probably be like? It's probably going to be like this. Up for 2 or 3 months and then a pullback for a month. All right, possibly even back up to new highs. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if we do start to break this short-term, level through and we do break down, that would tell me that if we do hold here and we rally back up, guess what? This is now what's called a false breakout, and this is probably likely to be a bit of a bottom, and then we're likely to see a big move up in the minors. But remember, this is a weekly chart, so anything can happen on a day-by-day basis, but keep an eye on that, and I hope this now makes sense. Don't get your knickers in a bunch. Follow what the market's telling you. Never trade based on what you think, hope, or fear, and just flow with the market. If the market is bullish, the market is bullish. Remember, you can be bullish or bearish day by day, yes, but the flow, the momentum, the big guys are what the weekly chart is telling you. Before you go, make sure you grab the free Grab the Markets by the Ballers training course. In this training course, you're going to learn the top 13 deadly mistakes, the success formula, charting boundaries, the PT method, the ultimate trading system, the blast-off trading system, #1 in trading indicator, the $1 million trade and money management, how successful traders approach the market, and so much more. Get this training course for free right now. Click on the very first link in the description to get this whole complete trading course to give you the edge on your side of trading this market. Do that right now, and I'll see you on the other side.